Good to go.
Yes, sir.
All right, Latin Evolution Radio. Welcome back to Live with Matt. Um, guess we got a pretty cool episode because uh, first off, let me say, hi to Isaiah and let him say hi to everybody too.
Wait a minute.
I've never
There
heard.
we go. And the mystery game. There we go.
We're live.
There we go.
Now we're live.
Yeah.
All right.
Where
All
are
right.
you?
Okay. Welcome, Latin Evolution Radio.
There we go. Man, we had a. What happening now? Uh,
Now we know what the Super Bowl is gonna be.
we were talking about the big games yesterday. About what the performance was last yesterday. Who was the most disappointed team, Detroit or Ravens?
Okay, I'm gonna say like if you the most disappointing game and disheartening game, honestly, like I would say as a Lions fan, for the Lions fans out there, because I'm not a Lions fan, but that's got to be pretty heartbreaking. You're up big in the first half, make a lot of mistakes through the second, as far as just coaching and just awareness and knowing what you're dealing with the opportunity to go up, three scores and going for on fourth down anyway. Like, it's
They
I
were
would say
up.
they had it. The Lions had it the toughest. That's gotta hurt. Um,
You cannot lose a game with three possessions up,
no,
and
especially with the chance to go up three possessions a game.
yeah,
You go down, so they're down 14. You go for it on fourth on the 30. Don't get it. They go down and score immediately.
yeah,
One possession game,
yeah. It
and
was like it's
yeah,
a bad day to be a Lions fan.
terrible.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I don't
Um,
know when they're gonna have another chance to be in the championship game. Many people say they are gonna be in the next season. They're gonna be fighting for to be there, but I don't know. I'm not pretty sure.
no, I don't see a set in stone. I don't see. I guess
And it's
they.
not something against Lions, but it's this kind of
It,
decisions can change a lot of
yeah,
the dynamic on the locker room. You
yeah.
know.
Like you're just saying. Like, I mean, you got players who probably don't want to go through that again,
Yeah.
and a lot of those players could be key players. But no, I don't. I don't see the foundation there as far as just getting back to that right away. I mean, up until that point, the coaching has been great. But like we said, even with just being a good quarterback and a great quarterback, and that quarterback, it's a drastic difference in the league. Um, but it was also a tough loss for the Ravens. That Kansas City defense showed up and showed out. The
They
blitz,
just remember they're a good team.
yeah, they remember they're the Kansas City Chiefs, and they remember who their fearless leader is, and what I mean, what better time to kick it into gear than the playoffs?
You know what? But for me, it's good that something like that it happens because that it finishing the conspiracy theories too. You know,
Yeah,
and many people were like, the Super Bowl colors, Baltimore and San Francisco, and now it's the second. This is a re-edition of the 3 4 years ago Super Bowl.
yeah.
This, yeah,
The,
Kansas
the
City.
first one he won, the first
Yeah,
one Patrick won
yes,
was
yeah.
against
2019, I think. Yeah,
yeah.
something like that. Yep.
So no, that's funny that you even said that. I was thinking, what a good time Vegas must have been having with everybody betting on the Super Bowl being Baltimore and
San Francisco.
San Francisco, but nope. Not at all. I don't know about the whole conspiracy thing. I think it just was a coincidence that it happened like that.
Yeah, big coincidence.
A huge coincidence because there's even like somebody was saying there's a representation like like whatever color you've seen less ended up even winning those Super Bowls too. So like that's just a coincidence at this point too. So like
Yeah.
uh um but I also so yeah that the Chiefs defense was stellar. Um they blitzed and there was nothing the Ravens could do about it. They just blitzed and blitzed and blitzed and just got to them. And even like on some of those, I guess key plays, like I'm not gonna say Lamar played terrible, but he played with
No, he plays
he,
good,
he played no he played with a sense of
but the
urgency.
flowers mistake, it was
Yeah,
like
no, 100%. But even a couple of those like balls that those deep balls that he let go, and one was a interception. When he threw that interception, he kind of was playing like he needed to beat Pat, like as opposed to like organically running their team the way their team has been running.
yeah.
Like. But I mean, when you got a team like Kansas showing up, they're going to do everything they can in their power, to throw you off and make you play out of your element, and whether it's just knocking your timing off or just making you uncomfortable with things that you've been very successful
Yeah.
throughout the season. They just put together a great game plan.
Lamar was uncomfortable all the game
Yes, he
yesterday.
was. Yes, he 100%
Very,
was.
very uncomfortable. So the Kansas defense were remembering the famous Lombardi speech. Now is when the offensive can win games, but the defensive can make
Yep.
win championships. So
Yep, that's exactly what we've seen. I mean, yeah, no, they're just coming to life even more and more every game this playoffs. Um, I mean, Valdez Scantling dropped I don't know how many balls during the season, and just these last few games, like he's just been the savior, of as far as just like closing the game out.
yeah,
Because that deep ball they hit him on, like that just like shut it all down. I don't know. The Chiefs are looking really good, and I don't hate to see it. I'm a Mahomes fan, and I want to see him potentially break the records that Brady set as far as just Super Bowls and stuff, and
but
he's on the right track.
yesterday the game between 49ers and Detroit, I was seeing that info. It's the first time that the quarterback who was picked up in first place, and it was a first pick on his draft, was beaten for the quarterback who was the last pick on his draft, Mr. Relevant,
Oh yeah,
winning over Jared Goff. So that's weird and incredible stories that the NFL is, you know.
no,
I
yeah,
was like, it's the first time, and I was trying to get all that info. So I think it's the first time that something like that it happens. And yesterday was for historic for even Travis Kelce. No, Travis was beating the mark of
was it most receptions?
Jerry Rice. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it's Jerry Rice, or who else was who has that score. Uh,
I can't remember.
yeah, the most
exactly
receptions for in playoffs.
Yeah, the postseason.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? 150.
I don't remember what the sack
Five or something. I don't know what he ended with, but I remember it was like 150, like 5 or something like that.
Yeah.
Like 56 or something. I'm not exactly sure, but no, it's definitely they got it going over there. I don't know how much longer that duo is going to be a thing, but for right now, they're amazing, and I see them going to get another championship. If I was to call it right now, and I don't want to call it, I don't. Want to put my foot in my mouth anymore.
Who's your
because
favorite?
I was just Ravens. I'm gonna say I believe the Chiefs should be able to pull this one off.
You think so? Then who's gonna be the champion for you?
I believe the Chiefs are going to be able
Chiefs
to pull it off.
again? I
Yep.
think so.
Just with
Because if 49ers had the same performance like the past two games,
that's exactly what I'm thinking.
Kansas City had no mercy. They are gonna be like,
those coaches are 100% not going to make the same mistakes that a lot of teams, have made. So San Francisco, in my eyes, and just saying it right now because it could be a whole different scenario, but San Francisco has to come out right away, with a great game plan, executing that game plan, playing hard, and staying in the game. They don't even have to go out and, put up a bunch of points or anything like to, get ahead to seal the deal, like, because that's not realistic, as far as just happening. But they got to be locked in.
I don't want to think they were doing that strategically because they had almost the same performance in the past two games. Yes. I mean, in the first half of the game they were terrible. In the second half, in the third and fourth quarters, they were totally different. I mean, yesterday they got me the impression they were just getting the defense tired. Once they saw they were weak, they went over for the defense. So, and I see that that one of those in the last run for the Brock Purdy's run, when the line defense the line the defense liners. I don't remember what's exactly the name of that. But one of those guys were like, they look terrible. I mean, physically, they look like it's overtired. They were when the 49ers were approaching that moment.
No, yeah, they definitely got beat up. But again, that game plan and how they play could never work against the Chiefs because that defense is not going to get tired.
Yeah,
that defense is going to, especially like it being the Super Bowl and with the experience in the locker room period, like they're going to play into the last whistle of the game. So they're going to have to come out with their A game and they're going to have to execute right away from the first quarter to the last quarter, especially to compete with Patrick Mahomes.
I mean, that is another point. Patrick Mahomes is a big dog. It's like how can you explain, but it's hard to beat him.
Yeah,
it's pretty hard. Yeah. Even if you think he is dying, he's not dying. It's like, man, you need to be pretty sure he's died just to say I beat him.
You gotta.
It's a big dog.
Yeah, and everybody follows suit right behind them. Like they play big when it's time to, like, even just last year, like how they figured it out with the tools they had. Like, I don't know. That Patrick Mahomes is really crazy.
Seeing that, what is your projected score for you? A big difference.
If I had to predict the score,
it's a big difference for more than 2 possessions, or
I think it could. I think it might be like a 2 possession game, probably. I think it'll run out
for something like 14. Game. I don't want to think like 14, 24, 14 or 24-10 probably.
Yeah, something like that.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
because that's gonna be very strategic. I mean,
yeah, and you got to realize, like, how many times? 4 times. This is Patrick's 4th Super Bowl.
I think, yeah.
So, like, he's gonna get into a gear that, Purdy's not gonna be able to, because he's gonna find his comfortability because he's been there so many times. So he's gonna be able to put those points up. He's gonna be able to get his team going, and I do see the Chiefs winning this one, but.
And many people are starting with that another conspiracy theory saying like the NFL is helping the Kansas City Chiefs just because Taylor Swift and all of that marketing for free they are getting, and I like, come on. You think that the NFL is needs something like that? Come on.
No, I don't think they need something like that. But do you think they probably like entertain cause us more publicity and more money the more they talk about it? So, uh, nah. I haven't really been paying too much attention to the whole Taylor Swift thing either. Like until they like show her on the screen, I like forget that she's even there. Not discrediting Taylor. She's done amazing things in her career, but it's all about football when I'm watching football. So.
Yeah. Next Sunday, February 11, right? At 5:30, it's gonna be the game.
Yeah. Wait, not this coming Sunday. The Sunday after.
Yeah, because this is Sunday 4 or 5.
So yeah,
until the next
yeah,
one,
the next
February 11. Yep.
What you doing?
And the season is over, man. Believe me, if something is worried here during the winter, is the NFL. So
yeah, what's your plans for the Super Bowl? Where are you watching it?
I don't know yet. I don't know. I'm trying to organize the friends just to watch the game. Even some of them are getting like bets.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh man, that's gonna be fun. They are bidding on 100, 200s, 300s. Like,
okay, nothing too crazy.
Yeah, too crazy. We don't know. We don't have the plans yet. One of them, my friend's gonna be in Mexico, so he's gonna be watching the game there. But we don't know yet. We don't know how.
It's in Vegas this year, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah, that should be pretty fun for all the extracurriculars around it. But I think it's gonna be a really good game. That's the most exciting part. It's gonna be probably the best Super Bowl, not ever or anything.
You think
like
so?
That. But like as far as just how it could have turned out this year, I think this is about the best Super Bowl we could get this year.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Last 10 Super Bowls. You think this is gonna be the better?
It's gonna be hard to top last year's. Last year's Super Bowl was pretty good. Hurts versus Mahomes, like that was pretty great. But
yeah,
I mean, we'll see what they bring out. What the 49ers are able to do, because the Super Bowl, the first Super Bowl he won against the 49ers, it was pretty good. It was a pretty good one.
In that,
Jimmy Garoppolo?
Jimmy Garoppolo was there. Yeah.
And then they got rid of Jimmy Garoppolo. So
yeah.
I mean,
and many people were saying like in those 49ers, just Garoppolo was like the black sheep there, like removing him, like because staying there and if they had another quarterback instead of Garoppolo, many people were saying they win the game, but that is part of the past. And Garoppolo is now in Raiders.
Yeah.
So, man,
we need a quarterback bad. Every time I hear anything about a quarterback.
Talking about the quarterback, I saw an X platform news that saying Kirk Cousins is gonna be asking for $45 million guarantee per year just to start the negotiations with Vikings. So
I'm gonna have to say bye.
You think? Yeah, that was my first reaction when I like 45 per season, and he had a multi-annual contract, and I was like, no, thank you. I don't think so that the Vikings gonna be able to do it.
$36 plus tips is what I got for him. That's about it.
So. Yeah, that was our debate with my friends, and we were talking about that and saying, that's most powerful, the love for the green paper instead for the state.
I was even thinking about today, like I'm wondering if we're in that hole. Obviously, not a tanking hole, like where we need to tank for somebody, throughout the next season. But if we need to be like realistic about our future past the next season, like we need a foundation. We need a core,
a good basis.
We need a quarterback that is going to be around for the foreseeable future. That can't be Kirk. Kirk at
No,
best.
Kirk is just for 1 or 2
That's what I'm
years.
saying. Kirk at best has 2 seasons.
Yeah,
So we cannot give you all the money, all that
Yeah.
money for 2 seasons.
yeah,
We at that point we might as well, see what we can do this draft.
yeah.
Um,
And a good point to see and a benefit of Adolfo Mensah is he's still cleaning all the mess what Spielman left.
yeah,
Because he is, for me, he's doing a great job
I think
for me.
Yes.
So, but he needs to approach the next draft, because for me it's one of the best drafts in the quarterbacks position.
Oh yes, we got some good quarterbacks out there.
Yeah, I mean, if Cousins he wants to start with a $45 million basis, is gonna be like, okay, just get your realtor wherever you are planning to go, because Minnesota is not gonna be.
No, yeah, I'm gonna respectfully, personally say no to that.
Yeah.
No way I pay him $45 million.
Yeah, it's more because, as you say, it's just for maximum.
Literally for a maximum of 2
years. Yeah,
a max of 2 years. If there's a third year, that's not a strong.
Because their first plan is to get a contract of maximum 2 years, or Cousins or Wilson. That is the rumor, and get a good quarterback just to be coached. To be for the third and the 2-3 years gonna be the first quarterback. So but if you are telling me 45 millions per season, I prefer to sign Wilson for 2 seasons and get the other quarterback.
No, yeah, I'd much rather have some wheels on my $45 million. Somebody can get out the pocket and get that thing going. So we need, and what we need right now is just some new life and a breath of fresh air here. So
I'm not saying
a new quarterback will be that.
I'm not saying the Cousins is like a grandpa, but he's a 35 years old guy. He's coming from Achilles torn, so and to be asking for 45 years. 45 million per year.
And on top,
it's out of the reality.
On top of him being an older guy, you got to think of all the hits he's been taking. We're not prepared to, protect a guy like if we're spending $45 million on Kirk, that $45 million isn't well protected. Now, if we spend $45 million or whatever on Russell Wilson, at least he can, kind of get out of the pocket, and once it starts to collapse, and
Yeah.
No, I just don't see that being a logical thing to spend $45 million on Kirk Cousins.
Mm-mm. I don't think so.
Especially once he's already robbed us blind, so
no,
that's a no for me.
Yeah. So let's see what's gonna be happening next weeks, and because the draft is in April, right?
Yep, April.
Yeah. Okay. So and Vikings need to cover some positions like the cornerbacks and some other elements, and they need to decide if they want to resign left guard Dalton Reisner too.
Danielle Hunter, right?
Yeah, Danielle Hunter is out of the contract, and so.
No, yeah, I'd even rather keep Danielle and go fishing for that. Go see what's going down in the draft.
Because the good news is Flores is still here. So, because we were thinking probably he's gonna be out because probably many teams gonna be asking for him.
Would they give that Patriot spot to?
Gerald. I don't remember really well his name. But he was a Patriots player. Gerard Mayo, he's a new head coach, and also the Atlanta Falcons got the rumor was Bill Belichick, but it's not Bill Belichick. It's another guy. I do not remember his name already, but it's another guy who was selected for them. So the last part of this, the Timberwolves.
Yeah, still doing pretty rough.
Last Friday or Saturday they lost against San Antonio
Yes, we
per one, just per 1 point.
just by 1 point.
Yeah.
A lot of people kind of spoke out against, I guess, Chris Finch. They didn't maybe think it was the best lineup, that he was the lineups he was using, and you know,
San-
against San Antonio wasn't the best. But I don't know. We're just overall having a hard time. Um, I guess if you want to turn the, I'm not even gonna say negative to a positive. So we did lose our position number one. We're number two. Doesn't matter. We were just talking about it doesn't matter as long as we get into the playoffs, which is hopefully we're gonna do. Um, right now, so after we lost to San Antonio, we're a half game behind OKC. OKC then turned around and lost by 16 to the worst team in the league, Detroit. Detroit beat them by
that was
16.
the good news for the Timberwolves.
But we play OKC tonight, so
They play against OKC
yep,
today. Okay.
in Oklahoma. So
Oops.
the winner of
Oof.
that should be. I think the last game we won was no. The last time we beat them, I think it was. So I know they won I know they won the last two contests. They beat us here and beat us in OKC. Um, no, hopefully we can just figure it out and win this game tonight. And going forward, um, I wasn't trying to say it before, but we really need to get into this All Star break. I don't know if people.
When's the All Star break?
All Star break begins in February.
Because the next two games after this is
It says
against Mavericks and Magic. Both are gonna be here.
February 18th. So around then the break is. So we still got some holding on to do. Let me see what our next few games are. So I know we got OKC today. Our next home game is going to be against the Mavericks, I believe.
Mavericks on Wednesday and Magic on Friday, and also against the Rockets on Sunday. All
Yeah.
of those games are gonna be covering for yourself.
Yep.
So
No, I mean, it's not. I know the tone kind of got sad and somber or whatever, but that's not the case at all. It's just a lot of things that still got to be figured out. Um, we're still playing at a high level. We're still a great team. Starting to get a lot of bench players some more time. I've seen a lot of Jordan McLaughlin, lately. A lot of Nikhil. Um, it's just we just got to come out on top of these games. You don't like to see them, I guess, fighting and you know for close games with, I guess, lowly teams or whatever you would want to call them. But at the end of the day, these are all professionals, and you know they can kind of figure it out at any point. And once they start playing like that, for any team, it could turn their season around,
because now
and
more
it could ruin a lot of different seasons too.
for Timberwolves, it's more dangerous to play against those
That's
kind
what I'm
of
saying.
of play of teams instead of the top teams.
Yes.
It's like
And then it just changes. I don't know. We're still at a point where it's changing.
For me,
around
it's
a
like
lot.
to be fighting with an adult and later to be slapped for a kid when you are losing those games. Like,
Yeah, it's tough. We're 6-4 over our last 10.
yeah,
So
Yep.
Clippers at 3.
7. Yeah, 6-4.
The Nuggets at
Thunder
4.
has Thunder is 7-3.
Yeah,
Last two.
just a game. We're only a game ahead of the Clippers. Oh wow,
Clippers is behind just for one game.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, Nuggets got the Nuggets are right there as well. The Kings are pretty far behind actually. Not too far behind, but as far as the top 4 goes in the West, we are still distinctively the top 4. And we got 5.
Because
Yeah,
Timberwolves are 21.
there's 5 games between the fourth and the fifth team. So like,
Because Timberwolves are 21-8 against teams in the same conference.
21-8.
Yeah, 21-8 and 17-4 playing home and 15-10 playing away. So, yeah.
I mean, I'm just in a very observant mode right now as far as just the Timberwolves and just seeing how things shake out and like what
if
they
we
figure
are,
out.
if the team is a reality or just has an illusion,
Yeah,
like,
and
or a dream.
and kind of just like to see, what's we when can we get our spark back that we were playing with, like that desperation, that just that grit we were playing with, and defensively we've been looking amazing still. Um, you know, it's just a lot of takeaways. It's just not the best decisions and not the best scenarios that have been happening. So I mean, I don't think it's a time to panic or anything, obviously, but we definitely need to kick it into the next gear.
Yeah.
Yep, and for sure we need to be able to kick it into that gear, and in my mind, kind of show off what we were showcasing early on, right before this All Star break, so we have some momentum going into it and come out with that same fire. But I think they'll be all right.
Hope so. Hope so.
Yeah, I just kind of don't. I just don't imagine a lot of teams, being that lucky, or of us having that many problems over a 7-game series. Like it's nothing for Anthony to get hot and take care of that ball and lead this team to where they need to be. So like that's kind of what I'm just thinking more in terms of right there. Like 7-game series, I still see us being a very strong team, a very physical team, and like for the most part, we've been pretty healthy too. Um,
Yeah.
Jay McDaniels has been playing very well, getting back to that level that he can play at, and Cat's been staying pretty healthy. We're doing all right. We're gonna do all right.
Well, yeah. Then it's time to start administering those games.
Yeah,
Those guys to just to be.
yeah. No, I just like to see them. I don't know. Take advantage of you know, these other games, like against the Spurs, against just well, because it was a pretty close game before that Spurs game, even. So before that, nah, that's difficulties with my phone, just whatever. But no, yeah, I mean, it was. I think it was. I don't know why I'm blanking so hard right now, but we barely beat the Nets.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the Nets.
By 1 point.
Yeah, it was
96,
just like
95, something like that.
no, yeah, we just got to get our things working.
96, 94
Yeah, it was
by
and
2.
just like I mean, with the way the league has been playing recently, there's no reason we should have been held to just 96 points. But
And we play against Thunder in Minnesota in the past January 20th. But the bad thing is, Thunder just had a 17-5 scoring home. So that is the hard part for the Timberwolves.
yeah,
To beat
I
us.
think we got a very similar record at home too.
Yeah,
So
17-4 and they are 17-5.
yeah, so
So well, moment to believe.
no, yeah, let's go Wolves. Let's get it together.
Oh yeah.
We got it.
Yeah.
We got it. We got it. We got it. I'll be
All
there
right.
covering, and I'll be there.
Oh, by the way, you are going to be in the Sunday game too?
Yes,
Oh, yeah,
I
there we
will.
go. Wonderful.
I'll be at all those games.
Just
I actually
trust.
need a request for the 31st, so a couple of days. Yeah, I'll need a request for all those games.
For the 3.
For the 3.
All right.
Be there covering,
Right.
representing Latin Evolution Radio.
There we go. Because he's representing Latin Evolution and not like your friends say, like, hey, you are in Latin. Why you are in Latin Evolution? Like, come on, dude.
This is what I'm supposed to be.
It's part of.
I need to get me some Latin
need-
Evolution sweaters.
You need to start speaking like Mexican or hey, ¿qué pasó, vato?
Yeah.
Or Latino, ya tú sabes.
Mhm. I gotta. I don't have any kids of my own. I gotta bring all my nieces and nephews up here so they can see why I'm representing. I got my brother.
Yeah.
He has 3 kids and they're all half Mexican.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good to know.
His girlfriend is kind of helping me
Yeah.
figure.
He born here, but with Mexican roots. Or
Yeah, she's born here.
oh, yeah.
It's kind of same thing he was telling me, about just this whole, most everybody is being
Yeah.
in that position, and that's why we're doing the whole bilingual radio and just.
Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm. So that I belong here at Latin Evolution Radio, and I won't let anybody tell me different.
¿Qué pasa, vato? Okay, man, but that's the end of the show.
That's the end of the show.
And see you next Monday, 3 p.m. And don't miss the cover the games again Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday.
Yep.
Timberwolves playing against. Let's see again. Magic, Mavericks, and Rockets.
Yep.
All right.
That Mavericks game is going to be a good one too. We lost the last one here.
Yeah.
To them, so we got some. I mean, it's 82 games. You're gonna get to a point where you got to get back to the basics and figure things out, and I believe we can do that. So.
All right. Let's go.
Let's go.
See ya next Monday.
All right.
All right.
Lock your cars.